Don't worry, JoJo Gnome. The summer holidays had been quite long and sunny. JoJo Gnome had done lots of things with his family. They'd gone on lots of walks, they'd flown kites when it was windy, and JoJo Gnome had especially enjoyed camping in the garden. But the holidays were over, and tomorrow it was time to go back to school. JoJo Gnome had gone to bed early, as Auntie Molly had told him she'd wanted him to have a good sleep. Grandpa Gnome was passing JoJo's room and noticed the light was still on. It was quite late, and JoJo should have been sleeping by now. Grandpa Gnome popped his head round the door. JoJo was lying in bed, wide awake. "Everything okay, JoJo?" asked Grandpa Gnome. JoJo Gnome looked quite upset and unhappy. He didn't say anything. Grandpa Gnome went into JoJo's room and sat beside him on the bed. "Are you feeling ill?" asked his grandpa. "Oh, I've got this horrible feeling in my tummy," said JoJo. "Like a pain?" asked Grandpa. Not a pain, like a big heavy lump," said JoJo. "Are you looking forward to going back to school tomorrow?" asked Grandpa Gnome. "Yes and no," replied JoJo. "So, what are you looking forward to?" asked Grandpa Gnome. "I'm looking forward to seeing my teacher," said JoJo. "I know, she's really nice and tells some great stories," said Grandpa Gnome. "Anything else?" "Well, I'm looking forward to being with my friends again," said JoJo, "but—" JoJo was looking unhappy again. "Well, I've not seen most of them all summer, and they might not want to play with me." JoJo was looking quite sad now. "Is that what's worrying you?" said Grandpa. "Yes," JoJo Gnome nodded. "OK. Do you know, I think when you go to school tomorrow, your friends will be delighted to see you. They'll want to hear all your news and play with you," said Grandpa. "Do you think so?" JoJo asked. "Absolutely," replied Grandpa. "In fact, I bet a few of them are feeling exactly the same way you are tonight, nervous about starting school again." "How's the lump in your tummy?" asked Grandpa Gnome. "A bit better," said JoJo with a smile. "When you're feeling worried, it's always good to talk to somebody. I think it always helps," said Grandpa. "What if I get this feeling tomorrow again in school?" asked JoJo. "Well, when I'm feeling nervous and scared, there's something I always do," said Grandpa. "I didn't think you would ever be nervous about anything," replied the little gnome. "Everyone gets nervous about things, JoJo. It's natural. But we don't want to feel scared and upset. So when I feel like that, and I feel like I have unhappy butterflies flying around in my tummy, I just breathe," said Grandpa. "What do you mean, breathe?" said JoJo. "Well, I stop, breathe in through my nose slowly while counting in my head to 3, and then breathe out again through my mouth and count to 4 as I do that. And I do that a few times and I always feel much better. All I'm thinking about's breathing," said Grandpa. "It calms the unhappy butterflies in my tummy down." "Really?" said JoJo. "Really," said Grandpa. "Let's try it now." So JoJo and Grandpa took in a big breath through their nose, counting to 3 in their head. 1, 2, 3. Then they let the breath out through their mouth and counted to 4 in their head. 1, 2, 3, 4. and they did that 3 times. "How's the lump in your tummy now?" asked Grandpa Gnome. "Much better," said Jojo. "I think the unhappy butterflies have stopped flying around and gone to sleep," he said, smiling. "Do you think you feel more like going to sleep now?" asked Grandpa. Jojo Gnome yawned, rolled over and closed his eyes. "Good night, Jojo," said Grandpa as he closed the bedroom door. The next morning, after breakfast, Grandpa Gnome took Jojo to school. Jojo chatted away, but as they got closer to the school, Jojo got a bit quieter. "Are you okay, Jojo?" asked Grandpa Gnome. "I think my tummy is not feeling so good. It's like I have the unhappy butterflies again. I feel a bit nervous," said Jojo Gnome. "And do you remember what you did when you felt like that last night?" "We breathed," said Jojo. And he and his grandpa breathed in through their noses for 3. 1, 2, 3. And breathed out through their mouth for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they did that 3 times. "Hiya, Jojo!" shouted one of the pixie twins. "Why are you standing outside the gate? Come on in and play with us." Jojo looked at Grandpa, who winked at him. The pixie twins and Jojo played with a ball, and it was like it always was when they played together. Then Jojo saw his other friend Fatima Fairy standing outside the school gate, looking very nervous. He ran over to her. "Fatima, great to see you," said Jojo. "On you go, Fatima," said her mum. "She's feeling a bit worried about coming back to school this morning," she explained to Jojo. "Don't worry, Fatima," said Jojo, grabbing her hand. "All you need to do is breathe. My grandpa taught me." And Jojo showed Fatima how to breathe in for 3. 1, 2, 3. And breathe out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miss, their teacher, came out to see what Jojo and Fatima were doing. "You know, Jojo, that is such a great idea," she said. "I think we'll all start off the day doing this, and you can teach us how to do it." Then the bell rang and everyone went inside the school to start the day by taking a deep breath.